The jaw is an area of the body that tends to really hold on to a lot of tension. So if you yourself experience any clicking, popping, grinding of your teeth, or just notice a lot of tension in your jaw and face when you wake up in the mornings, this practice is going to be really, really helpful for you. And even if you don't really have any acute jaw symptoms that you're aware of, let's just take a moment and feel into the jaw. You might close the eyes, you might bring the hands to either side of the face and just feel the muscles and the bones around and within the jaw. And notice what's there. Oftentimes, we're holding quite a lot. We're holding quite a lot. The jaw tends to be a chronic place of held stress for so many people, and we don't think about it too often. So I want to share a meditation practice with you that's going to be helpful for creating some more space in your jaw and for processing through any micro traumas that might reside within this region of the body. And by micro trauma, I just mean any held stuff, any held memories, beliefs, pain, tension, anything that's held there. This is going to help process and integrate it through so the body can return to its state of balance. So we'll begin by bringing the tip of the tongue to the soft palate. You can let the eyes be closed or they can be open. And just feel that space where the tip of the tongue and the soft palate meet on the roof of the mouth. You might press a little bit more firmly for a moment or two, tongue to soft palate. Really letting yourself feel that area in the body. And we'll do body yantra, which is just feeling different body spaces in relation to one another to help with this integration practice or process. And so we'll start on the left side. So just bring your left hand to your left jawbone and feel that that indeed exists and is there, and you can feel it. The bone structure, keep the tongue right where it is. And just press down. You can kind of feel the teeth if you press down on the face. We want to work our way back to where you might imagine the space behind the very last molar to be. And you can bring your hand there outward, but we're actually really feeling the space inside. So like you're feeling the gums right behind your very last molar. So you can leave your hand on the side of the face if that's helpful for you, or lower it down. Feeling the space behind the very last molar, and we're just going to draw a line of energy, a line of connection from that space to the space where the tip of the tongue is. Back and forth. And it takes about 90 seconds or so for us to really be able to map ourselves out in space, for the mind to really be able to sense and feel where the bones and the body is, for this integration process to really happen. So just stay with that. Tip of the tongue, soft palate, to the space right behind the left final molar. Very normal and natural for old story and memory to come up. And we'll just let any sensation, any stories that do come up to just naturally arise, but as best as possible, stay with that sensing of soft palate to the space behind the left final molar. And then let's feel the right side jaw. I'm just feeling and pressing in. You could give a little massage. You might feel and press into where your teeth are. Or you imagine that space behind the very final molar to be. Feeling behind the molar, you can leave the hand up or lower it down. Right side to soft palate. So the space behind the final molar on the gums traces an energetic line up to where the tip of the tongue and the soft palate meet, and back down. Back and forth. And story, memory might come and take you off somewhere else. We'll just gently guide awareness back to that line of energy from the back of the right molar to where the tip of the tongue is. And now see if you can sense both sides at once, so the left and the right at the same time, creating like an upward pointing shape. And then let's link the space behind the left molar and behind the right molar together, drawing a line from left to right, just on the floor of the mouth. Feeling that space, that broadness between left and right gums behind the molars. You might even feel and invite it to widen a little more. And as you feel the floor of the mouth, also feel the floor of your pelvis, which are very, very connected. And you might feel and sense some broadness along the floor of the pelvis. And feel all of these points that we've been working with in the jaw at once. So it's like we're creating this energy flow that creates an upward facing triangle from the left molar to the right, to the soft palate, back to the left. And you can move in that direction a few times. I'll let you know when to go the opposite way. A few times moving the opposite direction. In both directions at once. Soft, broad pelvic floor. And really you can stay here and feel this as long as you'd like. You can also feel into this space throughout your day, like while you're washing dishes or driving your car. It doesn't have to be just in seated meditation. And I encourage you to feel into it as much as you possibly can. And if you do have jaw pain or issues, to come back to this practice every day for a good couple of weeks to really help it land into your system, to really help it shift. And when you're ready to come back out of the practice, you can do so by opening the eyes. If you found this video helpful, please bookmark it below. Leave a comment or any questions that you might have. I love hearing from you all, and share with friends and family and loved ones. I'll see you soon. Namaste.